Kamisama no Inai Nichiyoubi, or The Sunday Without God, has a title that alone commands attention. God abandoned the world on a Sunday, and as a result, nobody can die or reproduce. It's a very interesting world, as are the events that transpire in it. Ai is a loli with a painful to listen to pedobait voice, but surprisingly enough, she actually isn't that bad. This is probably because she actually has some things going on with her character. She's actually genuinely sympathetic rather than just existing for pedophiles, and the tone of the show is mostly serious and foreboding. Wow, she talks to her shovel. That's actually strangely sad. However, she's hurt by some moments of forced moe and her voice itself. The other main character, Hambart, is a very interesting and mysterious case. I want to hate the bastard, but at the same time, I question whether that hate is truly justified. He has a very cynical and jaded outlook on the world and life. The tone actually caught me off guard when I started the episode, since I was on a spree of garbage that didn't take itself seriously in the slightest. It was quite the change. The great music and beautiful animation help with this. Madhouse and Silverlink seem to be the only production studios actually trying this season. And no, Kyoto Animation's Fujo shit doesn't classify as effort. Welp. Naked loli scene. All that tone just got demolished. It was brief and had absolutely no fucking reason to be there, just like all fan service. And it was the only fan service in an episode that was mostly dark. Actually, that's not the only thing wonky with the tone. There's some comedy stuffed in there that completely clashes with the ambience surrounding it. There's this guy who looks like he might be insane or a zombie or something, but then him and the people around him just start acting happy and giddy. But then later, the same guy shows up with the same facial expression, this time because half his head is missing. They used the same creepy face for completely different things. One for trollish comedy, and the other for a serious event. Wow, talk about mood whiplash. Not to mention the random comedic bit between Ai and Hambart when they first meet, which immediately precedes the most serious scene in the entire first episode. As of episode 2, this tonal conflict seems to be a continuing trend. Comedy would normally be a good way to alleviate the tension of drama, but it simply doesn't work in this show. It's very short-lived and very out of place. But outside of this mood derailment, the dark tone is actually really well done. It's far and away the darkest and most serious show of the season, and that fact alone demands at least giving it a try. The opening and ending themes are also very good. So far, the pros: dark and serious tone, intriguing premise, interesting characters, interesting mysterious tones. The cons: loli syndrome affects the protagonist, and out-of-place comedy. The pros certainly seem to be outweighing the cons at this point. I actually recommend giving this series a shot. It's the only show this season that's on par with Watamote.